Mass Appeal Kitchen. We are with part of the Yankee Candle Village. We're with Chandler's Restaurant and official Mass Appeal chef Greg Monette. Thank you so much for joining us today.
No, thanks, Seth.
So Asher's having fun out there. We're going to have our own fun making Spaetzle.
Spaetzle.
Spaetzle?
Spaetzle.
It's German.
Yeah.
Speaking of German.
Genau.
So how do we, I don't know any more German words.
Yeah,
so
I used to.
So how do we make it? It's a pasta, right?
It is. Well, it's a pasta. It's also described as a dumpling. Not unlike the dough that we made for pierogi a couple weeks ago. But this is, I'm making my favorite. This is Käse Spaetzle, which is just basically German macaroni and cheese.
Love it.
And really it's very simple. Few of the restaurants around here, I know the Fort makes Spaetzle as well. Yeah. And we serve it with either like a pork chop on our menu, or if we do a schnitzel, or even a roasted chicken. It's just it's a nice side dish.
Like a savory side dish.
Yep.
Really
And it's a great appetizer too with the cheese, but you can put anything you want into it. You know, just use it as a base for just like any pasta.
You know, it's great. Valentine's Day's over. People aren't worried about trying to impress anymore. They can just eat a ton of Spaetzle and go nuts.
Well, this is the time of year too. It's like, get your pierogi in now, get your Spaetzle in now, and
yeah, soon it'll be spring and we'll be doing hamburgers and hot dogs.
Yep. But to start, I mean, again, this is really this simple. I think our recipe now is 1 cup of flour. Okay. And I put in a little bit of nutmeg and white pepper.
Nutmeg and white pepper.
Not too much. And I have a couple of eggs here. Okay. I'm going to drop those in. Perfect. What I'm going to do first is really just kind of break up the egg, stir it into the flour. Okay. And we're starting to make our dough. It's really more of a batter. You want this to be pretty, you know, just pretty...
uniform or non-uniform?
That's a good word.
It seems like this isn't uniform, which is why I think it's silly.
What you want to happen is, you know, not too dry. And
okay.
Dry was the word I was looking for.
Oh, all right.
Again.
Uniform, dry, it's all the same.
There we go.
All right, so we're throwing in some cream or milk?
This is just a 1/4 cup of milk, actually.
Huh.
And again, you can add more milk if it's too dry.
Because what's that desired consistency you're looking for? You'll probably show us in a second.
Almost like a pancake batter, but enough so that you could actually probably pick it up with your hand.
So okay, like a soggy, wet pancake batter.
Exactly.
Full of taste. But this is simple so far. So we have
so
milk,
far it's simple.
Flour, a couple eggs.
Yep.
All right.
And the next part, what we're going to do is that's probably about the right consistency. I'm not going to add any more milk to that. It might be a little too wet. But the process of cooking this, and this is a makeshift Spaetzle maker. Okay. Normally you would use a colander or something like this with holes, you know, about that big. Oh, okay. That you could press down through, and you'll see the noodles just kind of like drop through. And as soon as they hit the water,
make it like this. So give it the non-uniformed look.
Exactly. So I've never done this before. This is the first.
Sounds good.
So we'll
see.
Experiment a little bit.
And Chandler's, you have all the utensils and the utilities to do it perfectly.
All the high-end equipment.
Yeah, in the Mass Appeal kitchen, we're not so lucky.
So here I am. I'm really just putting it through. As the noodles go through, you know, they start to steam. Yeah. You know. And
I assume as it warms up too, it starts to kind of
this might take a little practice.
More quickly. We got nothing but time.
Right.
This is the Yankee Candle Village Chandler's Day here on Mass Appeal.
So one thing, you probably want holes that aren't as close together.
Okay.
But fortunately, I made a batch before we came out here.
Worst case scenario, we have the finished product, which looks pretty good.
Exactly.
Itself. So what do you do with this too? Do you salt and pepper it, or do you do that all afterwards?
Well, there's salt in the batter itself. You know, so right now we've got some going. You'll see they steam as they come down, and then they cook as they get into the liquid.
It seems like it doesn't need a lot of time in the liquid either, because they're small pieces.
Once they're done, they start floating.
Oh, that's how you know they're done.
And so this is the ugliest Spaetzle probably ever.
But you know, it's not how it looks; it's how it tastes.
Exactly. But what we're gonna do is we'll use the stuff that I cooked up earlier. Did a little nicer job on it.
Yeah, no, this looks great. So it's a two-step process. You finish boiling it, take it off, let it cool.
As soon as it's out of the water, you can strain it. You can cool it down with a little bit of ice water, and save it for later, or you can really just dump it right into your pan.
Nice. Because you want to get it a little crispy. You don't want it tasting dumpling.
Exactly. And if there's a lot of water going into a hot pan, you know, you should be very careful actually. So
that's true. We've had that mistake before. Well, yeah. I've had that mistake before. I think you witnessed it. It was bad news. So how long do you need to let that steam up for?
Well, really, we're just sautéing right now in some fresh butter. You can use olive oil, a little salt and pepper. What I'm going to do is just throw some herbs in with it.
Okay, now is this parsley?
I got parsley, a little bit of scallions too.
Nice.
And then that's when I'm going to once these are, start to get a little browned on the edges, then we're just going to sprinkle in some cheese.
What kind of cheese is this? It looks,
This is our 3-cheese mix that we do at Chandler's for a lot of different dishes.
What kind of cheese is
So
that?
there's smoked mozzarella,
That's what I'm getting.
cheddar, and Monterey Jack.
Wow, that smoked mozzarella is good.
But a nice Swiss cheese is really the traditional way to do it. And we can use the same bowl.
All right. Hey, let's
plate
talk
this.
Chandler's for a second, though. So Valentine's Day is over. What's spring like at Chandler's?
Well, spring, we're hoping to, I guess, kick off, a few new things, and really just bring people in, showcase what we have to offer. Our patio dining, will start around like graduation weekend. It's something we really want to, focus on for the summer. But really, our dinner service, just the high standards that we hold ourselves to, from our wine list to our menus, to really just the level of service that we can provide people.
Yeah, there's certain things that always stay the same. That's the service and the reliability, but the menu's always changing, just like the seasons.
Exactly.
So we pretty much fry this up, get it a little bit crispy, a little bit cheesy.
Yep.
Is that about it?
That's about it.
Nice. So we plate it, maybe put on some more scallions and some more spices?
Sure.
Greg, this looks great. I cannot wait to dig it. Well, why don't we go to commercial purely so that I can eat it?
You got it.
Greg, it's a pleasure to have you here.
Thanks, Seth.
Hey, and you can try this dish and so many more. All you have to do is head over to Chandler's Restaurant at Yankee Candle Village. By the way, that Yankee Candle Village is located at 25 Greenfield Road in South Deerfield, or you can just give them a call, 413-665-1277, to make your reservation today. Today on Mass Appeal, we are going to warm up your weekend.